Good afternoon, everybody. And I just want to, clear the air, with some misconceptions with the Ray-Ban Meta Smartglasses. Um, I've had probably 5 people today alone ask me, do they help you see better? Do you see more clearly? Is it crisper? Do you have all your visual field back? Like, can you see all this out here? Um, and the answer is nope. No, I don't. Sorry, sorry, everybody. I wish. Wouldn't that be awesome if these just magically you put them on and all of a sudden your genetic eye disease just went away? But no, it's not. I wish that was the case. I really do. But sadly it's not true. Okay, so these are fantastic, and I'll get into that in a second why they're great. But um, let me just point out, it is Retinitis Pigmentosa Awareness Month, and I made a post about that earlier. Um, and those of you who follow my journey know I've talked about it before, but just for those of you who are new here, I'll give you a recap. So I have a disease called Retinitis Pigmentosa. I was diagnosed when I was 16. That was a long time ago. I'm 48 now. Don't tell anybody now. So what that means is when I was younger, I had normal vision just like everybody else. And today, my visual field, meaning how much I can see around me, is narrowed to about like here. So like 10 degrees. Okay. So I have about 10 degrees, maybe less, maybe 8 to 10-ish on a good 10 on a good day, maybe. And I'm also night blind, and I've got all the static happening in that field where the 10 degrees is not. It's all staticky and stuff. And I have something called slow light adaptation. Say that 10 times fast. So that's basically when I come from outside to inside. Most normal people's vision would take about 2 seconds for their eyes to adapt from outside light to inside. Mine take like 5-10 minutes. Okay, so whenever I come up from outside to inside, I'm basically blind, essentially. I'll just put it that way. And also the light levels have a big effect on me. So for example, if it's sunny outside, I can honestly see for miles through my little tunnel. In fact, my little tunnel, my visual acuity inside the little tunnel is around 20/30 to 20/40. To put that in perspective, you need at least 20/40 to drive a car. So I have the visual acuity to drive a vehicle. Okay, I can see the leaves on trees from like 200 feet away. I can see the little pebbles and grains of dirt in sand, at my feet. Okay, I can see my TV. I can see my phone. I can see my computer screen. I can read music. I can read text if the lighting is good. Okay, so even in my own house, even in my studio here, and we've got bright lights in here, but it's still dimmer than what you would normally see. Okay, so but I can still see, but it's like I've got sunglasses on when I'm inside. Okay, even if I don't have sunglasses on. But I can still see. I can still see my students' fingers and all that stuff. I can still do my job, all of that. But if I'm outside, it's a totally different story. If it's outside in the sun, I can see really well, but I still only have this little tunnel. So that's why I use a cane sometimes. That's why I use a cane at nighttime. I use a cane at nighttime all the time. Let's face it, I can't see anything at nighttime. And I can't, especially if I'm in a dark restaurant, dark pub, dark anything, dark inside area, I'm basically blind, again, just because the lighting level will affect how well I see. And so that is actually, how my eyes are affected by my eye disease. Okay, so back to the Meta Rayban Smartglasses. Why are these things so cool? Why are they so cool? Well, I'll tell you why they're so cool. First of all, they've got bone conduction earphones in them. They've got microphones in there. They've got And they got cameras, and the cameras are the important part that make these things really cool for visually impaired and blind people. So when I'm blind, I like to point it that way, when I'm blind, because I'm not blind all the time, but when I am, I actually have to depend on others to help me see and guide me around and all that stuff. And so these things will really help. Like if I'm in a dark restaurant and I can't read the menu, I can just put these on, and boom, now the glasses, I can just tell them to look and see what I want them to see, and they'll take a picture and they'll analyze the picture using AI, and they'll read that menu for me, or they'll describe my surroundings for me, or all of that stuff. That is amazing. And if you think about that in the sense of, like, if you were totally blind, like when you close your eyes and you can't see anything, that's basically what total blindness is. These things are like having that friend that's there all the time to tell you, what kind of can of soup you have in your hand, or what type of cereal that cereal box is, or whatever, you name it, right? And the other really cool thing that they did with these glasses is they teamed up with Be My Eyes, which is a non-for-profit app with 8 million volunteers worldwide. Feel free to volunteer. They're a great organization. And the Be My Eyes volunteers can actually tap into the glasses and use the cameras and talk to you through the bone conduction earphones here, so that they could guide you through a store. They could guide you to the bus stop. They could help you like organize your laundry. They could help you with all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, the blind community is very, they're very like, they've found a way to do everything. It's just, but this is just an even better way, and even a new way to use this technology to help the vision loss community. So are these life-changing? Are they game changers? Yeah, for sure. This is something that before, a pair of glasses like this, they would have some weird outcroppings of technology gadgets. Something like this used to cost like $6,000, $5,000. These cost like $400. Well, these ones didn't. I had the progressive lenses in them. They were more expensive, but that's amazing. Like, makes it accessible to everybody. So that's great. And there is some glasses some devices, like huge headgear things I tried on at CNIB in Halifax they cost like $10,000 or whatever, and they had screens in them and everything. And they did make it brighter, and they did make the vision image better for me, but like it was a huge giant thing. Like nobody really wants to wear that. But they look cool. These are cool. They look like basically normal glasses. And that's what everybody really wants. Now, will there be some technology like this in the future that actually would make someone see better? For sure. They're working on it right now. There's clinical trials underway for devices that actually use microchips that go into the eye with a retina, and then they use a camera system that's wireless, that talks to that microchip and can actually make artificial vision. So that's amazing. But even that artificial vision isn't really that great. Like, it's not as good as I can see right now, that artificial vision is like old Nintendo. It's not even as good as old Nintendo. It's like old Atari, basically, if you can imagine old Atari video game system, but the technology, again, is getting better and better and better. So 20, 30 years, 10, hopefully 10, 15, 20, 30 years, maybe that sort of thing will be there. And then we have our gene therapies and stem cell therapies coming soon. And my gene therapy for my gene that causes my retinitis pigmentosa is at the finish line, and they just got to approve it, and then it has to go, then there's all kinds of legislation and blah, 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 blah. But hopefully within a few years, I'll be able to get that gene therapy, and it'll stop my eyes from getting worse, because it is a degenerative, progressive disease that I have. And eventually, if I didn't do anything or didn't get any treatments or anything, that tunnel would just go to this. But it takes a long time for that to happen. So, hopefully they get it before that. But I just wanted to clear up some misconceptions about the glasses. So no, no, they're not magical. No, there's no screens inside of here that brighten it up and make it all awesome for me and everything. Um, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, someday, for sure. Someday it'll be a thing, but they're not there yet. But so they do not make me see better, but they do affect quality of life for sure. And that is a big step in making things accessible for people with vision loss and who are blind. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, have a great day. See ya.